Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for watching. Been a little bit since I made a video, but today we're gonna get back into one of my favorite stocks, SoFi, ticker symbol SOFI, and we're gonna get into it a little bit. But oh my God, it's hard to hide the excitement, guys. We're crushing it. SoFi's crushing it. No, it's having a huge October here, which is funny because the stock market in general is having a huge October, and that's kind of out of the norm in terms of just regular seasonality of the stock market, the election. We still got about a week and a half, 2 weeks left in October. We'll see how it shakes out. But right now, there's literally nothing that says it's slowing down. Earnings have been really good from banks. Netflix had a good one. Taiwan Semiconductors had good. Like earnings are really good right now. And if earnings are really good, how are you going to tell the stock market to stop, moving forward? So, anyways, if you guys are watching this and it is good, it helps you, it's enjoyable. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 500 before the end of the year. That has been my goal. We're getting really close. I don't know if I'm going to hit it, but if you could be so gracious and click the subscription button to my channel, that'd be super awesome. I really appreciate it. So let's get into what I'm seeing now. What do we got here? We got the monthly chart. I don't ever really do the monthly chart just because, you know, I don't really make, I don't do too many time frames off the monthly, especially since SoFi was only listed in late 2020. So, it doesn't have a massive history, but I think technically, the chart wise, we're seeing a really good pattern here on the chart. So, it IPO'd here around, what did it open at? Opened at 11. It IPO'd at $11. And since then, it has pumped massive drawdown into the fours back in 2023, 2022. It had a bit of a run here, a big run here. And then it's just been in this consolidation flag, bullish flag pattern. Until recently, it's been up, down, just waiting. Volume has been declining. There hasn't been, a one way or the other, but you know, this candle is shaping up volume wise pretty high. And I think, with I think it's 8 or 9 trading days left. I think we're going to see this candle be higher than last month and possibly higher than the last like 6 months. And look at the green candle. Massive breakout here. And we had the first, let me pull it up. Let's switch this to the weekly. This is the highest weekly close. I mean, it's higher than this because this one closed, the weekly candle closed at 950. This one closed at 1018. And technically, we haven't seen a weekly close that high since February of 2022, guys. So, this is really bullish for SoFi. Now, what is fundamentally changing for SoFi here? Well, rates are cutting. SoFi guided really conservatively with the rate cuts. They didn't want to project them to be sooner than they were going to be or larger than they were going to be. So when they were guiding their future guidances in their earnings, they did it rather conservatively. Now that probably didn't help them in this area guiding, but we'll switch to the daily here. I think that's going to set them up in this rate cut environment to do very well. And obviously, as rates continue to get cut, that is only going to help them with their lending business. That should grow rather nicely in this low rate cut environment. So, what am I seeing though on the daily? Well, resistance here. This is that massive bull flag. It was down here. We've had a good upswing, but it was just a massive bull flag here. And it broke out of this thing, right? This the top trend line very nicely, and it really exploded from here 850 up to 10. just a massive move. And to me, that tells me that it's ready. People like what they're seeing. People are understand the rate cut environment. And it's not just SoFi. A lot of these fintech, like bank-like financial tech companies have been doing really well. Upstart's been just crushing it. Affirm has been crushing it, buy now, pay later. Like all these fintech companies benefit from these low rate environments, and you've been seeing them. And honestly, SoFi hasn't even made quite the move I've seen from some of those. So there is a lot more left on the bone here. And fundamentally wise, I think SoFi blows them out of the park. Obviously, that's why one of the reasons I invest. Now, we have earnings coming up on Tuesday, October 29th. It's going to be really exciting. Obviously, that's going to be the catalyst that will either prove this move to be correct and springboard it even higher, or, maybe come down and retest this trend line, which I wouldn't hate because I don't think we're going to see anything from the earnings that's going to be like, oh my God, they're not doing good. They're going to be fine. It's just going to be, does the market react nicely to it, or do they think it's just okay and they sell off and they're not quite ready for that big move? We'll see what happens. But technically speaking, I think we should look at the weekly chart again. Again, we broke out of this big bull flag here to the upside. This, to me, I'm looking for that $11. It's got to get over $11 for me. I think that's a huge uh, hurdle for everybody. That's where it IPO'd. I think that would be like obviously a big turning point for the company in terms of its stock price. To get back over its IPO price represents that it's heading in the right direction. People believe it's heading in the right direction. So in my opinion, we're seeing some really good action here. Uh, I wouldn't be surprised if this week is kind of just flat heading into the next week when we have earnings. So I'll probably be loading up a few shares. Currently, I believe I think I bought a share this week. So yeah, nothing crazy. I wasn't buying too much since it made such a big upside move, but I want to continue to buy because I believe long term, this is heading for 20, 25, 30, that area. I think I read something the other day that Anthony Noto gets like a huge payday when the stock hits that sort of price. So I think it makes sense for me to hold. I'm still super bullish. Um, and I wanted to show this tweet I made earlier. Also, if you are on X, please follow me at Tyro Investing. I make posts daily about SoFi, other stocks, other charts, everything. Very active on there. So give me a follow. I'll probably follow back and whatnot. So uh, I did a little research this morning since I was bored watching my 4-month-old son get a little time to do some stock research. But yeah, I was just curious. I was like, so, I mean, everybody says, oh, SoFi is just a bank. SoFi is just a bank. And we all know that's not true. They have a lot of, like Galileo, like they got a lot of tech compared to normal banks, in my opinion. That's going to set them up in the future. But even if you just said, oh, they're just a bank, right now they're 85th in the US in terms of banks by asset size. Now, that to me, that just screams like, oh my God, like even if they could just get to 50, that'd be massive growth. Like there's so much growth potential for them to take in in the banking sector in the United States. Like, and I think they will. And like this is why I shared this picture. If you don't know who Cameron Brink is, she's a WNBA pro basketball player. And she's very popular online. Like I think her Instagram has like 1 or 2 million followers. And these are the type of partnerships is going to get SoFi's name out there, and who's going to flock to that. Like she's maybe like in her early 20s. Like these are the people that are going to sign up for SoFi. You're not going to get these older generation people to switch to SoFi. Why would they? They've been with who they've been with. Chase or Wells Fargo, whatever. There's just no reason for those people to change. What SoFi needs to do is grab the younger generation right away. And how do they do it? Oh, Cameron Brink is the younger generation loves Cameron Brink. She's everywhere. She has a ton of followers. Now she's promoting SoFi in this partnership. Even, this is how you get people to sign up for your banking platform and stuff like that. So I think this is one way that SoFi is going to continue to grow. And like I said, 85th in the United States in asset size, that screams like, okay, SoFi has so much more room to take, so much more market share to grab from everybody else. So yeah, in my opinion, that's just another reason why, another opportunity for SoFi. So, yeah, guys, I really, really, really like what I'm seeing here. Like, I couldn't be more happier this week. I think on my position, let's see if I can pull it up here. My portfolio is just doing amazing this last month. I think like even like 3 months, up 22% in the last 3 months, and a lot of that has to do with my SoFi position. Like I said, I have 304 shares. Oh man, it's literally almost my best performing asset, which is funny because a couple weeks ago it was barely in profit. Like that's how wild. But that's what you do. You find a company, you look at the chart, you look at the fundamentals. I I I didn't care where it was going because what it was doing currently, and because I knew where it was going to go or where I thought it was going to go, and it just spiked massively. And now look at it; it's one of my best performing assets. But like I said, $10, that's great, but I'm looking for $20 to $30 on SoFi at minimum. That's just me personally. But yeah, guys, if you like this video, again, please subscribe to my channel. That it really means a lot. I'm trying to get to that 500, but guys, I cannot be more bullish on SoFi right now. I just think the environment, the economic environment, the rate cutting environment is just going to be massive for their business. Earnings is going to tell a lot, and I will be making another video going over the earnings, what I see, if how the stock reacts to it. So, I wouldn't be surprised again if we're flat this week, not go too far, stick in the high nines, low tens range, and then yeah, earnings is going to tell the story, where this is going short term. I would not be surprised if, we take a little dip here after earnings if it isn't like some massive blowout or whatever that people are expecting, and then, head higher. Um, I also wouldn't be surprised to see this go away and, you know, we just do something like this in 2025. We'll see. But I'm very bullish. I think you guys should be too. I really love where SoFi's heading and what it did this past 2 weeks. So, yeah, with all that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. Bye.